that the testimony I have come to give before the TRC of Liberia is the truth, nothing much the truth, nothing but the truth. So help me God.
Please be seated. This is on the political and military history of the conflict. So just the military history.
So you're ready for me now?
Yes, sir. Good afternoon and welcome to the public hearings of the TRC. We have invited you to come and address the Commission on its thematic consideration and review of the military and political history of the conflict. And the fact that since the Commission got here, even during its assessment, your name was mentioned prominently as somebody who could assist the Commission in doing its work. And so that's why we thought it fit to invite you to come and join us and address yourself to your experience during the conflict from 1980 or 1979 up to 2003, what you saw, what all you went through, what all you did, and everything, just to assist the Commission in doing its work. The TRC was established as a forum for all Liberians to come and talk the truth of what transpired, so that the history of our country can be written by ourselves, based upon what we know, based upon what we did, based upon what we saw, so that at the end we can have a book and say this is the history of the conflict in Liberia. And by getting all parties involved, we understand the conflict. And once we understand, then we know how to advance recommendation as to how to move our country forward. We are all Liberians, commissioners here. We are all citizens of this country. There is no fear. There is no threat. As a matter of fact, everything that a citizen utters before the Commission is protected. Nobody can ask that person questions about it except they want to. Nobody can use it against them. Even us, the commissioners here, we enjoy protection. Whatever we say, what we do is protected. It cannot be used against us. It was intended so that we can have a free forum where we will interact and discuss. So that is why we have invited you, and we are so happy that you agreed, you took up your busy time away from your farm and your family to come all the way to Cestus to share your experience with your fellow citizens and the Commission, and to contribute your quota to the peace and reconciliation and unity of our country. So we say thanks for coming and welcome.
Okay.
Can you kindly give your full name for the records?
I'm Bob Kofi Issa.
Bob Kofi Issa. Can you tell us what you're doing currently?
Repeat again.
What are you doing at the moment, presently? What you do for a living and all of that?
Oh, I'm a farmer. I'm doing farming now.
What do you grow on your farm?
I'm trying to grow rice and rubber.
Rice and rubber. Okay. Where do you live?
Wurasatan.
Wurasatan.
Yeah.
Which district?
Central C.
The town got your name inside, so that your town? You say Zatan, the town got Za inside. I will ask whether.
No. That's the town name.
Oh.
I'm a father half the time.
Okay, that's why I asked. Yes, I know. If you don't mind, can you tell us your date of birth?
Born 1957, August the 3rd.
Okay, thank you. I will use this time to introduce the commissioners who are here present and will be listening to you. After your statement, we'll ask questions and then we'll interact. On the extreme, the first commissioner there is Sheikh Kafuma Kone. Next to him is Per Brown Bull. Next to her, sitting next to me also, is Dede Dolope. And then on my immediate left is Massa A. Washington. Next to her is Umusila. And I am Chirum Fuedia. Now you have the floor. You can stand if you want to, or you can sit.
Okay, thank you very much. Thank you for me coming in front of y'all this afternoon. I'm very happy. Only one question I want to ask here is, anyone brought my company?
You want to ask the commissioner or you're asking anybody here?
The commissioner.
No, we have no complaints against you.
Okay. I think I was informed that I'm very happy to be with the TRC, because if you take part in the war, you got to come and make things clear to your people then.
Exactly.
As good citizens.
Yeah.
Standing before y'all, I'm Bob Kofi Zah. Right now, traditional speaker for Riverside County. Thank you. We're going to start far up. So you hold your peace. And don't worry about leaving, because we want to know how Kofi get into the war, how Kofi managed to be soldier. It was before 1990, I was having my friends. Kofi was not soldier man in the whole thing. Before 1990 war could come, I was an elephant hunter in this country. I hunt for so many years. I catch elephant baby in different countries. I hunt all over this country in Liberia. But through my hunting, my friend then, who they myself used to hunt with elephant, they were soil men. So these soil guys then, when they myself go in the bush, in the hunting, they part out of play, they encourage them, and they carried me when the war was coming. They went to and told that it was a man that in Riverside can really help you to fight some of the war. So my friend then left. We're in a town they call the camp, they call Tingo Camp. Actually, there people to you, I used to live in the bush. I love the bush more than myself. So while we were in the bush hunting, after the car had left, they say war entered Liberia. Most of them gone to the war front. I was with my friend then hunting in the bush. So one afternoon when I go low, I saw a tactical jeep with a full soldier in the jeep. They came, we were playing car. The jeep landed in the camp. They start asking about me. So when I go low, my friend who they call Rafi Raleigh, he said, Kofi, I've been looking for you. We went all the way to your town, but they say you in a bush, and that's what I came here for. But we want for you to go and join the army. The president wants to see you. I myself I was afraid, because war, they never came for me to go and join army, but they say war entered Butugo. Then you come for me to go join the army. I was too afraid. That's how they took me, they carried me Moria. When we got to Moria, they carried me to the mansion. After they carried me to the mansion, from there, I met with the president too. He asked me some questions and whatsoever. And answer is, you say, okay, right now you are not going to the front, but you were assigned here on the mansion ground. That's how they assign me to the mansion ground. We're there. When we go low, they say the rebel have crossed the river, they are in Butuo, but they are advancing into Campley. So I say, the people ask me, that want to settle the truth. If any one of y'all can remember, there was a special squad that we have in Moria. 11-man squad. And those 11 men, they were also elephant hunters. Where special squad, when they promote me to the rank of first sergeant. After they are captured Campley, the people advanced in Zogowe to call special squad to go and get Campley back. That's how they took me from here. That was my first time going to war front. But before you get in Kanta, they have one junction they call Queen Junction. When we got there, when you look all in the rubber preacher, you will just see the common flag laying down. Everybody died. You will just see the common flag with a puffer human being there. So I say, what? But are there anything we can do? So we passed, we reached Kanta. From Kanta, we moved up. Before we could go to a town they call Zogowe, before you get to Campley. We brought up with the rebel there, we were fighting. That fighting lasted for 2 days. We took Zogowe back from the rebel. They retreated back in Campley. We crossed Zogowe, but before getting to Campley, we were not easy. We fought in Campley for 1 week. We took Campley back. When you hear they say the rebel run away, none you do guys and never run away. They went in some kind of mountain, up the mountain that where they were in that town. But before we get there, the rebel had killed all the Mandingo people then that were in that place, that were having businesses, those who were having store, everything, they have killed them. So anywhere you go, the horses point. I never knew Prince Johnson, but they found one picture, they say, you're the man who brought the rebel. That time they didn't call him Prince Johnson, they call him Prince Turning Water. So we start looking at the picture. From there, there was Tomon Goa, Mayor Tomon Goa. There was Mayor Freeman, John Wakreku, Philip Kamer, David Nimle, no Thomas Nimle or David Nimle. That were these guys and were leader for us. But special squad, they have somebody different from the soldier then. We are 11 men. And these 11 men there, we can come to any mission. So we went. After we are taking Campley back, those sent for special squad to come back on ground. That's how we came. When we got back to Moria, they promoted me to the rank of first sergeant and first lieutenant. My friend and myself go, the Bevo, Thomas Bevo was captain. They promoted him to the rank of captain. So from there, we're there. They say, well, the rebel had come back again. But they are already advancing the Nampa and Kanta, they are coming to Pelala. That why I saw 106 we were having at the mansion to give John Wakreku the 106. If any of y'all can recover that, if Charge Drew get over air and he say he and the rebel were going to meet in Pelala and it was going to be the last meeting. They will not meet again no more. That's why we carry the 106. Where 20 some more rounds were used in Nima County. From there, they left a special squad to Pelala and they took the gun back in Moria. We're in Pelala for 2 days. They tell us special squad should come to Palada. From Pelala, you come Palada. We come Pelada, some soya, remain Pelada. Before in the evening when we go low, those soldiers that left in Perala, they start running, coming in Perala. They say, but the rebel did not cross. But they around here. So special squad, you should get ready. Well, we take it to be fun. For me, really, I take it to be fun. Before soon in the morning, my friend and myself was some minute to say, I said, my man, I won't go in the toilet, man. When we went to the rob, we not knew the garden were in the rob. We are looking in the rob, we learned and said, no, man, they play too dark. They go in the toilet house. So I came back from the rob, we went in the toilet house. Before I got through toilet, the only thing I heard I launching sound. They were fighting open. We fought for 2 hours, they want to make it 3, the garden drove off from Perala. Now you all the tap general then that John Wakreku, he was corner, he was not a general, Felix Kamala then was corner, Tomo Kwa then was mayor. They all were in Banga. So we decided to come back Banga. We walked from Perala to Banga. When we came and told John Wakreku that the people are taking Perala, he got vexed. He said, why do you set down for the people to take Perala? None knew when we left, they carry issue for us. The common flag, the arm, then the new arm. When the garden attacker, there was no way for us to retreat, then we left them in the house. So the garden, quickly when they carried there, they dressed themselves always so common flag. All the ancestors were in their hand, new arm then. So when we tell Kreku, you hear John Wakreku ta, that how he ta. Kreku got first straight. He and Fede come here. They pick up their tactical G. They lead the whole troop bar. They were the 4%. So the army that time the army truck was using when a year. When you way on the mission, you now hear the sound. So we start going. We were forced to go back to catch up Parada back. But before we go get there, the Okada now take over Parada. They now deploy their men on all the road. Well, we went somewhere, we put out with the 3 corner there. They say you can't pass in front. When we passed the truck in front there, we saw one woman with her 3 children there coming, doing their hand there, they stopping the truck. So the driver stopped. He said the people they are in the town. Railway John Kreku then came straight they passed by all. When we go load, Kreku enter Perala straight. The only thing we hear is launching sound. Boom. They launched Fede Campbell, they launched Kreku. Kreku, he came from the car, the pocket him quarry say, and say, Chief, we are here. He said, where the rebel? He said, we just not catch all the play back again. And from them, but they run that way. None knew that so what the person were talking with him. He said, okay, you can't get supply. So then he turned a path to come and pick up the ammunition. They wasted straight on a path. Before Fede Campbell could get in the town, they a trouble, they bust a hill straight, the car turned around. Fede Campbell, he jumped in a bush. We couldn't make it again. Before the truck could come there, no, they now put the jeep on fire. The car, then we had to start changing fire. From there, we couldn't make it. Everybody, all the ranking officers then around their way where we were to. I said, but then, gentlemen, the commander that carry on, they call him U.S. Capper. Capper said, but then, let's go back. We came back. We got there. That time we were special squad. We were assigned with charge. We say, but then we went back more real. Charge you pour in the car. We came. When we got to the mansion, the president said, but charge you could not leave Kreku body over there. You forced to go bring Kreku body. That had it sent up by again to come for Kreku body. But before we could come, nobody couldn't reach Imperial again to say they come for John Wild Kreku. So what we did is we pick up one man on the road where they kill and dress him fine, tell John Wild Kreku with a common flower, we brought him. And we say we are bringing Kreku body. They were not easy that thing down there. Kukiaske, what are the poor men that day, we know, but Kukiaske and Kreku were very good. So from there they say the rebel are enter Bassa. When they hear the rebel enter Bassa, we who were in the mansion yard, they cry, they bow garden, care to carry now. If you pass up, man, they will kill you. If you crew, man, they will kill you in the net. So they start speaking their trial now. So from there, when we go low, they say, well, the pastor boss and I hear the car to go to pastor to go and fall in pastor. That how they collect all the pastor boss and Macan pastor. Charge group bro or he just start to St. John. They pour it down. When we come to St. John, they kill us, we cross. When we enter no by fire until we are one Amiton. He was captain Amiton. Anybody know him? Amiton, he was the captain that day. We get to Basel. When we get to Basel, Amiton said, well, your deployment, they send my friend and myself on lag halfway. I never knew Emmett Green Johnson. But we saw the red pickup came from Lagway. It went in the town. We never ambushed the pickup. While the pickup was coming back in the town, one boy we have, they call T. He ambushed the car. When he ambushed the car, when they go look in the car, that was Emmett Green Johnson. Other people who don't know the story, they say the people brought Emmett Johnson and then they killed him. So then, no. That was not tell us okay, Emmett Green Johnson. That was the government forces. So from there we decided to go back again in the evening. We don't just come in the town because Pastor was so big and we would have sent in Pastor. We were not plenty. I think we were about 20 some more. We couldn't cover the whole Pastor. So we don't go hit and then we come back. So before we could come back to the bridge, now you look at them and cross in front of us. They set a long ambush. We all who were in that car, before we could get it, we were in the center of the ambush. They launched the car. We were about 24 in that car. Only 3 men suffered. That was Paul Kofi. That was one guy from number 3. And one other boy again. Their name was, I just forgetting their name. We only 3 survived. The whole pickup when everybody died. But when look at them were near the St. John, so look at them, they know water, but me I know water. It decided to jump in the water to cross. So when every one of them finished jumping, my one was standing on shore. When I look at the distance from there, I couldn't cross with my arm. I said, what I will do, I will go back on that road again. Anybody challenge me, I will challenge them. Luckily, I came on the road, nobody fired me. I walk on the bridge, on get on our side, nobody fired me. When I go look, my friend and wife jump in the water, they cross, they all came. When we say they ambushed the car, but all the people died. Now they finished killing Hamilton where he was in the radio room. They finished killing him. They say, but the captain leader, then the people got your car to go for the captain. I said, but there's an ambush. But before we could get there again, Charge Rule had picked up a jeep and come back more real. So I said, for me, I'm a special squad, I sound with Charge Rule. So if the man can go, I cannot say that here, I'm alone, a special squad, I can't be here, but I got to go back. So Lucky wanting to argue, the commander said, but you got to send the man for the car. They put me in the car. They brought me Montreal. When we got to Montreal, when we go here in the evening, the radio announced that Hamilton, Captain Hamilton died. The rebel killed him. So those who were assigned on the pole, they all rise on and shape the pole. They all went back Montreal. So from there, they say, well, those who came from on that mission, no passport, then you got to jail them. That's how they grab all those passport, then they put all in jail. Now in the net, they will free you in the net. They will call for you when you come outside, they kill you. They free you when you come outside, they kill you. So that there, when they called me, it was some minutes after 1. So my husband and they call. I want to answer. Then the other guy say, "Any calling you?" So I answer. They say, "Can't." I say, "I'm coming outside." They want to force me among the people to put me outside. We start fighting. That where they went and chopped me, they called my 2 fingers. So I start bleeding now. I show my hand all around. I start wasting them on them, and they were scary. So when daybreak, my friend that carried me in the army, they call him Rafi. I hear Rafi were talking outside, so I decided to call him. Start hiding at the knee. Rafi, Rade. He answered. He said, "But what happened?" I asked me. He said, "Well, you put the man outside." They put me outside. or when they say go home and take treatment. So I living up Stamford Hill. I came home. I was having a Jeep. I have 2 radios in my hand. Came home. The old bodyguard and I had son with me. They were about 4 men. We all came home. We went to the house. I said, but gentlemen, they say, yeah. I said, the thing is rampant now. Because if the crime man can be looking for the pastor, man, where we all are, so you think you're my thing. But after me, I went back to that mansion crime again. When I go low, they say charge you.
Ask them, man, what are you Christian? Ask them, man, what are you Christian? Ask them, man, what are you Christian?
I, Paul Kofisa, do solemnly swear that the testimony I have come to give before the TRC of Liberia is the truth, nothing much the truth, nothing but the truth. So help me God.
Please be seated. This is on the political and military history of the conflict. So just the military history.
So you're ready for me now?
Yes, sir. Good afternoon and welcome to the public hearings of the TRC. We have invited you to come and address the Commission on its thematic consideration and review of the military and political history of the conflict. And the fact that since the Commission got here, even during its assessment, your name was mentioned prominently as somebody who could assist the Commission in doing its work. And so that's why we thought it fit to invite you to come and join us and address yourself to your experience during the conflict from 1980 or 1979 up to 2003, what you saw, what all you went through, what all you did, and everything, just to assist the Commission in doing its work. The TRC was established as a forum for all Liberians to come and talk the truth of what transpired, so that the history of our country can be written by ourselves, based upon what we know, based upon what we did, based upon what we saw, so that at the end we can have a book and say this is the history of the conflict in Liberia. And by getting all parties involved, we understand the conflict. And once we understand, then we know how to advance recommendation as to how to move our country forward. We are all Liberians, commissioners here. We are all citizens of this country. There is no fear. There is no threat. As a matter of fact, everything that a citizen utters before the Commission is protected. Nobody can ask that person questions about it except they want to. Nobody can use it against them. Even us, the commissioners here, we enjoy protection. Whatever we say, what we do is protected. It cannot be used against us. It was intended so that we can have a free forum where we interact and discuss. So that is why we have invited you, and we are so happy.
Was a revolutionary act of defiance. Back then, we dared to be sovereign. In fact, our very existence as Africa's first black republic inspired a race benighted. Lest we forget, our declaration of defiance happened nearly a century before independence movements began in earnest across this very continent.
Wake Up Call brings you political, social, social, economical, developmental, environmental, agriculture, educative, health, and security information on Blaze Radio 90.7 FM from Monday to Friday at 3 a.m. to 6 a.m.
Mr. Speaker, let me say this. It's only your government that the budget is order.
Information in the eye as premature.
Premature, right? So the budget is authorized. Only your government.
Your information is premature.
Mr. Speaker, at this time you need to recuse yourself because it is only your government. Mr. Speaker, at this time you need to recuse yourself. Mr. Speaker, at this time you need to recuse yourself because it is only your government. The budget is premature.
In having a
declare from the laws in the Constitution. Unfortunately, when we are to the director, the President who so also protect the Constitution of the Republic of Liberia has consistently followed the Constitution. He has been parading and masquerading in the same schools of lies and deception. Soldiers in the foreign students of the University of Liberia, sons and daughters of the dejected masses of the Liberian people, and make me to extend to you, in keeping with Massacre protocols, to extend to you warm revolutionary greetings from the indomitable revolutionary Bengals Student Education Party, Africa's most persistent, Africa's biggest hub of intelligentsia in the Republic of Liberia.
We have money on it because we bring money to the bar. But anybody that bring money to the bar, they're not in your interest tomorrow. They will say, I pay for that food. They were not here before. Yeah. So they bring their money and you eat it. That's free money, that's stolen money. Because nothing you work hard for, you're just taking the bar. You own the money for the bar. That money what you wife for. Everyone should not be bribing people for vote. You should come and talk to your citizens, explain to them what you would like to do, and ask them for the food. If they can't bribe you, tomorrow you will not see you. But the men you so.
We cannot be living here and depending on Indians and Chinese and Taiwanese to feed us. And then we want to control the price. It's not possible. So we have to get to the soil. We have to start teaching our children to diversify what we eat. You go to other countries around here, they don't worry about rice price because they eat cassava a lot. They eat it in the different ways. They eat it with food, they eat it with bamboo, they eat it with different corn and different things they eat. But for us in Liberia, the culture that if we don't eat rice, I'm not eating. Reconciliation is okay. Prosecution is foolishness. You know what? Why did they do TRC? Why did they do TRC after that South Africa? I was not in Ghana. They went to Ghana and the international community put before Liberia, War Crime Code, and TRC. And they threw TRC. So why do you want TRC to metamorphose into War Crime Code?
You all have decided, made a conscious choice to step forward in these trying times to provide support for your different communities. It is an honor. Providing the service of protection means the world. And what you're doing today is a contribution towards the advancement and the development of this nation. And history will remember you very kindly.
We argue and counter-argue to find remedy in our society. Join your presenter, Ajise Bonyele, on Wake Up Call from Monday to Friday at 3 a.m. to 6 a.m. on Blaze Radio 90.7 FM for the information you can use as tools.
radio and the neighbors get the information featuring it for your doorstep this morning on Blaze 90.7. Also, it's the most clean in the city of Queensland, outside of Monrovia. Here this time, Blaze your new FM app as we bring you credible and mature information in Liberia. So, I want to say, great here in our closing studio this morning. So, like I said, the famous Ban Highway in Nimba County has again opened after police closure, and fake degrees and credentials on the high increase in Liberia. A fake doctor surfaces in the health sector of our country. Wow, so excited. And Jay Fonanti, co-founder and battle speaker of the 55th House of Legislature, is set to resign at 12 noon today, May 12th, 2025, after a long turn of halls and pools to oust him as Speaker at the 55th House of Legislature. So we're going to be talking about that this morning, coupled with too many issues here in our studio. We're going to be talking about. But first of all, today marks the Nature Day of one of our dedicated staff. I mean, she's an award-winning journalist of Blaze who have won a newscaster of the year from Blaze. She's currently the newscaster of the year, Miss Deborah Mace. And since I entered Blaze, she has become a closest friend and sister to me now in the media since I entered here. And she has always been good to me in a working person as it comes to being effective at a job at Blaze. So Blaze is incredibly proud of you. Blaze is wholeheartedly proud of you, Miss Deborah Mays, as you celebrate your birthday today. Today is May 12th, and she'll celebrate her Nature Day today. So we're going to take a special break as we dedicate this day to her as she turn +1 today. So my partner celebrate her birthday today. Happy birthday to you on my behalf, on the behalf of the production team of Wake Up Call, the management and staff. I know the CEO going to be here and will wish you happy birthday as we normally do to all of our staff here. So Miss Deborah Mays, as you celebrate your birthday today, we wish you guys countless mercies and blessings. And we will dedicate this to you as we will be right back after we take this your birthday song. Let's take this. It's an old song from Liberia and it's intended for you. Happy birthday, my girl. Enjoy your birthday. So let me do this. yes, what a wonderful birthday song dedicated to a special person, a very special person at Miss Deborah Miss as she celebrates her natal day today. So want to say happy birthday to you. Those of you watching, as you can see on our screen, is Deborah Miss. She's our newscaster of the year of 2024, and she's one of the hardworking folks here at Blaze when it comes to our news. She's she's a dedicated and committed worker. So we have to do this for her on behalf of the team at this station and the program Wake Up Call. We want to say happy birthday to you, Miss, as you celebrate your day today. It's a it's actually a pleasure to wish you a happy birthday today. So it's wonderful. So the entire show today is being uh dedicated to you, Deborah. Uh Deborah is a kind person. She's very kind, and you won't you won't believe if the kind of a person she is unless you begin to work with her. You know, when you close to her, you get to know her more and more. But on the overall, she's a very wonderful soul to work with. She's uh, one of the person you will always love to work with when you are around her. So we want to say a happy birthday to you. And our show today is dedicated to you, Miss. So let's do this for you. And we will go here to bring this we have for you today. We will bring this we have for you today. And in our studio, like I said, we have a couple of issues. We have a couple of issues to be discussed today. Uh, some of which you have heard or you may have heard that, but there are a couple of issues in Liberia today that you need to know. There are a lot of issues that you need to know. So let me do this quickly and I just come back to you. Let me do this very quickly. I'm sorry. I have to. And the other day we talked about the Gban Highway in Nimba County, a famous Pan One station, in Nimba that the police commander of Nimba has to close down the other day because of information according to them they receive about certain narcotic substances there, and you have underage kids going there to get palm wine. Because of that, the county police commander Lame Mendy mandated the closure of that area, and since then the place have been closed down. So, but I don't know what is the problem again that you have the area reopening. Currently, as we speak, that center has been reopened, and people are on the increase there even as compared to before. So it's so shocking that after the police commander of Nimba, will mandate the demolition of that place, and again you will have citizens going there to regroup themselves. And when we spoke with the police commander the other day, he said the reason they closed down that area was because they got intel. The intel they got was you have people selling narcotic substances on the highway where it was in a curve, that it was endangering the young people's life in Nimba County. You have young children underage, some of which still living with their parents. They will go there on Sundays, like it was yesterday, and when it's Monday, where they are to be in school, some of them will be home, in bed until 12 and not going to school. So that caught the attention of the parents. And so they have to get the security involved. And following meetings with the town people, the police commander then mandated that the place be closed and people who said it on that highway be relocated. But it will interest you to note that excuse me. It will interest you to know that since that happened, it was only one Sunday that people didn't go there. But yesterday, there was a regrouping. This time, it is on the same highway, but they pushed a little bit further, leaving a regular spot that the police shut down. And they created a spot in the bush where they built a kitchen this time. Yet, you still have customers will be on the road, still permeating the corridor of the street and other things. But this is not good. Look, you citizens should not always be there to undermine the operation of the security. We understand things are hard. We understand you are doing your business. But if the security say, look, this highway is not conducive for the business you are doing. And in fact, the kind of a business that they have been informed that you are doing has negative impact on young people. And so they ask you to relocate to the nearby town or in Ganta itself. I think you have to find remedy to that problem. Every time you complain, oh, the police not working, the police not doing this, the security not doing this. But you, your very self, you yourself as citizens, you are contributing to undermining the operations of the police. You are contributing to undermining the operation of the security, because they will not close down a place that is on the highway that is not better for the business you're doing, and you go back there. That's defying authority. And so next time if the police come back and becomes brutal, you have people criticizing them for what they're going to do there. Though we're not asking them to do that, but you're undermining the operations of the security. It's also disheartening. And I think we will again have to call the county police commander to ask him, now that this place has opened, what is the next remedy? What is the next remedy? Because just in recent time that we spoke with him, and today again we have the place being reopened. So it's undermining the operation of the police. So we will do this to contact him. Let's take this birthday son for the borough, and we'll contact him and be right back. And oh yes. So like we said, today is dedicated to the borough. So we intend reaching out to the police commander, but we could not get him. And but we will still have to make effort because that the action of the citizens this time is defying the authorities of the security, and it's something that's not right. We should not be encouraging these things. We as citizens should learn how to adhere to the rule of law. If the security say, look, this is not, in fact, it is for your own safety because you cannot be on the highway where you have speeding vehicles every time, you have accident being reported every time, just because you want to drink something called palm wine. What is so special about this that you cannot sell in the hub of the city except you go on the highway? What is the extra thing being done there? It is not good. It is not. And you should learn to respect the authorities of this country. If the security say, look, because of XYZ, for your own safety, you yourself can say that the security there to protect life and property. This time, they are finding preventive measures. They're being proactive instead of waiting to be reactive. They are now being proactive, and wanting to safeguard the citizens from harm, but yet you say no. You go back there and reopen the place only because you feel that's your business you're doing. We agree, that's your business. But note that you are also doing it at the detriment of others. Because just in case there's a incident over there are many people who will be victims. There are many people who want to be victims of that circumstances. Why? Because you refuse to adhere to security measures. So citizens have to learn to adhere to the rule of law. And I think that's all we have to say concerning that. But we'll provide you more information if we having to get to the commander of police, uh, ACP Lame Mendy. We want to talk to him. And folks, like we said, the issue of fake degrees, the issue of fake, like since Martin Colley started his advocacies about exposing fake credentials, I think this is making great impact. Though there may be other impact, intent of what he's doing, but equally so, there are a lot that he's exposing. There are a lot that he's exposing. You understand? There are a lot that he's exposing. Just a day ago, Martin Colley posted about the Ministry of Post and Telecommunication. And he called the attention of the public after the Minister of Post and Telecommunication have refused to post his profile on the official website of the ministry, when all of his deputies at the ministry have done. And this is about bringing integrity into the government sector. You as a minister cannot be speaking of transparency and accountability when, in fact, you're refusing to upload just your credential. What qualifies you for this job? And I don't know. The thing is that I'm always shocked when the Liberian Senate, that is considered as the head of the House of Legislature, will be confirming government appointees whose credentials are at stake and are not 100% confirmed of their credentials. They are being, appointed in governmental positions and subsequently confirmed by the Liberian Senate without any vetting process. So now it makes people to question the credibility of the Senate as to how they carry on their vetting processes before confirming any government appointee at the Liberian Senate. How that is being done. How they derive at the confirmation of people. Because mind you, let me get this. This is not about propaganda, right? It's about exposing the hidden fact. It's about exposing the hidden fact. This is about exposing the hidden fact that people will be in in certain public space, and they refuse to do what is the needful. And to the president, when the president is making an appointment, I don't know whether uh, he nominates and the people say, oh, we'll bring our credential later. You know, so let me read this. He says, the credential of the Minister of Posts and Telecommunication, Minister Kamara, Minister Kumar, looks pragmatic. Uh-huh. And this is the beginning of a new journey in pursuit of a truth, academic integrity, and public probity. No free ride anymore. The credential of the Minister of Posts and Telecommunication, Honorable Sekou M. Kumar, look pragmatic. We are not rendering any judgment or verdict at this point as in fake because we are still investigating that why we are using pragmatic. That's why we are using pragmatic. One, the profile of the Minister Kurman is not up since 2024. Click here. He provided a link to verify it for yourself. Do you know why it is not up yet? Kurman wants to play smart. This is Deputy Minister for Administration Augustine Sowe Carpe. His profile is up. So another minister, even Minister Kurman's assistant Minister V. Marshall Sembola's profile is also up. So all of his ministers are up. Deputies and assistants profile are up. Minister Kurman's entire fight was leaked to us. Martin is speaking this morning. He only has his curriculum vitae, which is the CV, and and a seaward photocopy of what appears to be a UL degree certificate in it with too many scratchings marked. Look at it good and attached. Kurman has since refused to submit this original copy, even though that is an HR requirement. First, look at his CV, educational background. He has Bachelor of Science and degree mathematics with emphasis in economics. The destination at UL has been major and minor, not with emphasis. Not with emphasis. His degree certificate says 1990, but his CV says 1989 to 1990. What does he mean by 1989 to 1990? UL degrees have 4 signatures: President, Board of Trustees, and Secretary, Board of Trustees, left, and President of University and the Dean, right. But Kumar has 3 signatures. Each certificate also has an index number and a silver sealed. Minister Kuman's certificate does not have these. Oh, why? On this LinkedIn profile, on his LinkedIn page, you can also access experience. So Martin is saying here that the minister provided to the HR his CV instead of providing copies of his degree. And in fact, those of you who have graduated from UL knows how your original degree is. How many signatures have been placed on the degree, and with that silver sealed. But Martin is saying, and what we are seeing here, in fact, let me place this on the screen as we go on. This is what okay. As you know, there are complications here. He posted two degrees on the website of the Ministry of Post and Telecommunication, and later on he brought that down. So now, as you see on the screen, and those of you watching, there are three signatures, two on the left and one on the right. And so, on one of the certificates in our possession, that he also posted on the website of the Ministry of Post and Telecommunication has four signatures, two on the right and two on the left. That also has to do with someone who has passed out at a graduate of the University of Liberia who has passed out, and Kolonko, the Commerce Inspector General David Dorkopo, also being linked to using his ID at the University of Liberia. This certificate is also being posted by the Minister of Post and Telecommunication. Why post that? That's the question we yet to know. So I want you, those of you watching, this is the dead person at the University of Liberia who died, has four signatures. This is an official certificate or degree from the University of Liberia. Very clear with the silver sticker on there, as you can see on the screen. It has two signatures on the right and two on the left. But unfortunately for Minister Koroman, you see here his certificate. We don't want to say it was fraud. No, we don't want to say it's fraudulent. Perhaps the University of Liberia now has three signatures. But hey, what has he got to do with a dead man certificate as well attached on the website of the Ministry of Post and Telecommunication? So those are people who continue to bring the reputation of the government to the public. Just in recent time, you have the president who also has failed to take action in some of those fraudulent acts. Look, when we talk about corruption, it's not about just stealing government money. No. All this has to do with corruption, because if you can even steal degree, that means you are capable of doing anything. Why, since you were appointed, you have refused to publish your credentials on the official website of the ministry's website? That seems scary. Even though all of your undermen and people working under you have done that, but yet you refuse to do that. So it says we have also attached the dead man's credential of UL that Commerce Inspector David Doug Cooper used, or in fact stole, that's the exact word. Dangbe M. Wongwe was also a student in 1990s as per his ID number. Compare Wongwe's degree certificate with Kroman's certificate and know the difference. So like we were saying, like we did, this is Kroman's own certificate, the Minister of Post and Telecommunication. And in fact, when he posted, look, amen, it's also, the minister is also claiming that that he graduated February 16, 1990. This was more than 2 months into December 1989 Civil War. We follow up that two two graduates in the late 80s and early 90s that could not confirm a graduation during this time or either deny. We will keep investigating. No conclusion yet. Uh, no conclusion yet. So was Dr. Content even the vice president in 1990s? No. On his certificate, it indicated that. On his degree, it also indicated that. And he says no. How can Dr. Content is signing Kroman's certificate as VP? It is mystery or what? In this age and time, 2024, the head of information and technology, IT release ministry, the Ministry of Posts and Telecommunication, does not even have an active LinkedIn profile. Red flag. So this is scaring. This is scaring of our country. That government appointees, people who came on the mount track of accountability. Look, this is the degree of the very 90s he's talking about. This is the degree of Danway M. Wangway, who is also that is also believed to be stolen by the Commerce Inspector General David Dodd Cooper. So you have educational standards linking around government officials. But yet, the president who came on the mantra of accountability, transparency, and adherence to the rule of law is yet to even speak to these matters. How were you appointing people? How government appointed positions is being given? How is the Senate confirming people? Those are questions. How is the Senate confirming people? How is the HR doing the hiring, the hiring of those ministers? So what is simply seamless is that the government positions are just there that you can carry on a CV. Yet in CV you can write anything. If I want to present my CV, I can write anything I want to write. But where it calls for attachment of credentials, particularly within the governmental sector, you have to. And that also bringing us to another credential audit. That you have somebody who is a fake doctor, somebody who claims to be a doctor, that will be practicing in the health sector for more than 10 years with fake degrees, carry on operations, doing major work. Is so scary. It's very scary. It is alarming. This is a woman damage to our various sector. So then it brings us from the ministers. It now brings us to Dr. Peter Matthew George. And this, let's look at this. I love Martin for this work. He provides pieces of evidence to what he posts. And these things, it doesn't call for. It doesn't mean wealth for our society. Now, in the case of Dr. Peter George, whom I've known over the years, I actively started knowing him in 2020 during the outbreak of the COVID. I must be real. Since I started knowing, he has been one of the doctors who helped. He actually helped people, and his nickname is Doctor for the Poor. He's known for his help to people, providing financial assistance and medical services to people who do not have the finance. But yet, this do not also call for you operating on fake credentials as a medical doctor. Amen. 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 And look, look, he said here, take your time and go through this, including every attachment. The fact don't lie, right? This is how hundreds of Liberians are losing their lives every month and every year. Here are 12 simple pointers to consider. Uh, the people of the republic has so are so vulnerable to predators. The system is deceived and needs a thorough overhaul in all areas. First, thanks to the able leadership of Dr. Benita Collins Andrew of the Liberia Medical and Dental Council, uh, that has demonstrated seriousness, courage, and commitment to combating fake medical credentials and medical fraud in Liberia. The LMDC needs more financial support to weed out medical fraudsters and serious killers. What happened? What happened and what are the facts? This is one Peter George who lied and misled, deceived and misrepresented, defrauded, and cruelly survived on fake medical credential as a so-called surgeon and medical consultant for many years. The con has finally been exposed and caught, pens down. This is how he murdered a lot of people. And it's so sad. Fake Dr. Peter George, according to Martin, was born on December 24th, 1979, and has email address DRP, that's Dr. PM George 1979 at gmail.com. George initially and falsely lied, claimed to obtaining a Bachelor of Surgery degree, that's MBCHB, from the University of Sierra Leone. See the attached. He, after follow-up were made, the University of Sierra Leone disclaimed and said that the only doctor with the name George Peter, who graduated from the school, died in 2014 during the Ebola crisis. In fact, the real name of the fake doctor is not even Peter George. One of his secondary school classmates from Sierra Leone, who's willing to also testify, uh, confided and said his real name is Alfred Matters and not Peter Matthew George. as he claimed in Liberia. The fake doctor attended the St. Andrew Secondary School, UCC, and Bow Secondary School in Sierra Leone as Alfred Matters. On top of his fake MBCHB degree, which he stole from the dead man, he also lied, claimed to advanced degree from Tech Global University, Cremin State Medical University, and India Institute of Business. We did investigation and they are all fake. After his lessons expired February 21, 2025, the fake doctor went to renew his lessons. The Liberia Medical Dental Council has been conducting routine credential checks before renewal. Fake Dr. Alfred Matters turned Peter Matthew George presented entirely different document claiming that he obtained his first undergraduate in medicine and advanced in medical postgraduate in medicine degrees from the University of uh, Hertfordshire, UH in the UK. Uh, he claimed that he spent just 4 years to attain 2 degrees at the UH with the ID number 1022 4063. Please read through the attachment for the for what he submitted. He refused to submit his first set of fake medical credentials because he had perhaps been hinted that we have checked and were checking. A step further was taken. A follow-up was with the University of Hertfordshire about his new medical credential claims was made. The attachment of response from the university is available for anyone to read. The university issued a disclaimer terming his claim as fraudulent. When these factors were established, the LMDC invited Peter George multiple times to appear for questioning, but he woefully refused. Hence, his decision was reached on April. The decision was reached on April 21, 2025, after thorough investigation by the LMDC. I'm not here to blow my own horn, Martin said, about my role during the investigation that boasted the fake doctor. Whatever I do, have done, and will do is for the sake of love of Liberian people. The credit belongs to the people. Our work. So now the Liberia, this is the LMDC. They came out with this communication on the, let me read the exact communication. On the 21st, they came out with this communication, thereby revoking Peter George credentials. His lessons. Let me read this. The Liberia Medical and Dental Council, 19th Street Sinker, and this is So they say here this document is invalid without seal, and here it has a seal. Uh, Mr. Peter Matthew George, Monrovia, Liberia, April 21, 2025. Reference: revocation of your license to practice medicine in Liberia. Dear Mr. George, as part of the ongoing credentials audit currently being conducted by the Liberia Medical and Dental Council, LMDC, you were written on March 18, 2025 to submit to the Credential Committee for re-evaluation of your lessons status, as our records at said time reveal that there were no credentials available for you at the LNDC. Wow. You were requested to populate your file with the initial credential that qualified you for your lectures over the years. You presented some documents but failed to present your undergraduate medical degree, which is the actual foundation for further professional achievement in the field of medical practice. Your letter presented an award verification letter as your proof of attaining a modern medical degree from the University of Hertfordshire in the United Kingdom, after which your meeting with the Credential Committee was rescheduled for Friday, April 18, 2025 for evaluation and possible authentication of your award letter. You declined to appear before the Credential Committee on grounds as stated in the communication to Dr. Augustine G. Queer, Registrar General of the LMDC. Evaluation of your credential were, however, still conducted by the committee based on documents you presented to them. Of utmost concern is that investigation shown that the only university of henceforth in the UK does not currently offer medical degree. The university is now making plans to commence a medical degree program beginning 2026, at the end of which a Bachelor of Medicine or a Medicine of Bachelor of Surgery MBBS degree will be offered in line with the British medical education contest, as opposed to Doctor of Medicine offered in the American medical education contest. Investigation further disclosed that the University of Hertfordshire opening of the Hertfordshire Medical School is currently on further disclose that the university school is currently hold pending approval for the General Medical Council of the United Kingdom. Another major point uh, contention is, in fact, in 4 years, which is not possible by any national or international standard at the main the mental time to study general medicine, including up to postgraduate level, will spend not less than 10 to 12 years, depending on your country of study. Wow. But you got that in 4 years. The General Committee has officially informed my office that your claim of being a medical doctor could not be sustained, and documents you provided practically so that you have failed to provide your undergraduate medicine in Liberia, oh God, medical certificate and internship certificate, which are the absolute prerequisite for obtaining lessons to practice medicine in Liberia. The Credential Committee has therefore, in its Friday, April 18, 2025, setting recommend that the revocation of your lessons effectively immediately. Kindly consider this communication as LMDC's official endorsement of the recommendation by the Credential Committee based on the findings of its investigation. So, God, this is this is a doctor who has practiced for several years in Liberia. And it's so shocking. It's so shocking that you will have. Look, let me bring you a photo uh, to that. This is a doctor who want to take this break. Let's take this break and be right back. Let uh, take this break. We want to settle some technical problem and be right back. We will be back in 3 to 5 minutes time. Let's take this break. We'll come back. So indeed, sorry, we have to. Sorry that we have to go for that break to settle some stuff behind the scene. But we back. We back. I know the online is giving us some problem. That's what we want to settle. But howbeit, those of you listening via radio, we're still here, and so we were saying these things, right? The issue about this country, the issue about this country, and I don't think we should be allowing people infiltrating our system. So Dr. Peter George in question in 2019. In fact, this is a man who has carried on numerous surgeries across Liberia. Across Liberia. In 2019, he was used by the then office of the representative of Nema County District Number 1, later the office of the senator of Nema County. He was the doctor at the Extort and Geraldine Medical Hospital, the health center in Nimba County that is owned by the vice president. And he was the chief medical officer at the E&J hospital. This guy, I don't know, he worked with many international partners to carry on surgeries. Well, let me read a few questions that I think is very essential to this issue. It was raised by one of his colleagues he was working with, Samuel Carter, wrote these questions to, and this is a very essential questions. You know, so according to Carter, from 2016, it was 2016 that George started to work with E&J. From 2016 to 2021, he worked with Peter George at the E&J as the chief medical officer. And they carry on many surgeries, that was in collaboration with other international partners, including the surgeons from Australia, the UK, Germany, Zimbabwe. And subsequent mission was also featured by Spain, Mexico, Slovenia, Slovakia, and the United States, even Czech Republic. But this guy infiltrated the system to the extent that he safely convinced people about his credentials. So these are questions that, if these questions can be answered, Carter said, to me, this situation raises several critical questions. How did someone allegedly, without proper credentials, sustain a medical career across multiple reputable institutions for so many years, like the JFK, the Esther and Geraldine Medical Health Center in Nimba County, became, oh God, why the system failed to detect this earlier? What safeguard will now be put in place to ensure such lapses do not occur again? What procedure does the Liberia Medical and Dental Council follow when investigating credential fraud? How common are cases of credential fraud among medical practitioners in Liberia? What impact does this revocation of Dr. Josh Lessons have on Liberia Medical and Dental Council Association? How does the revocation of lessons for fraudulent credentials affect public trust in medical professionals? And this is important. How? Those are questions they need because this raises a lot of concern. Today is Peter George, but it also brings fear to people in trusting people in the medical field now when it comes to credential. So who is responsible for verifying that the judge credentials prior to his lectures, and how was fraud detected? What role does the Liberia Medical Council, Medical and Dental Association play in ensuring credentials integrity among its members? Are there legal consequences for Dr. Josh due to the fraudulent credential beyond lesson revocation? How transparent is the process of credential verification and audit within the Liberia Medical and Dental Council? Those questions need to be answered. Those questions, they are all salient questions. Because today is about George, it's about Peter George today. You understand? So, it's so uh frustrating that the medical sector of our country, that somebody will infiltrate for more than 15 years and still practicing. How are people being vetted before practicing or obtaining lessons in Liberia? How? This is detrimental. This is about Peter George today, but tomorrow it will be others. It's about Peter George today. But how many people like Peter George is in the system or are in the system that we do not know of? How possible it is that they will be exposed just as Peter George is being exposed? We have to be serious. If you have people operate, look, you have Mr. Adonis Manor in Nimba County, whose wife died after going on a surgery with this same Peter George. With this same Peter George. When she was operated, because she was pregnant and went on a surgery, Peter George spearheaded that. He did the surgery. To God be the glory, the baby survived. But the mother, after the surgery, was continuing to be under the severe pain until she gave her ghost. And after this incident happened, you have Adonis Manor, who held a press conference and was explaining his ordeal. According to him, since the doctor operated his wife, because at the initial stage, it was successful because the baby survived and after a few times before the complications start to come about. Even to text him and say, "Oh, Dad, congrats for the job done. Oh, thank you. We appreciate you." Since that surgery was done, he has never set his eyes on the doctor. What is the reason? He can't tell. Until that lady today is no more, along coupled with many other cases that are untold. We are discussing this not just about Peter George revocation, but we are also discussing this because of the safety of our people. Now, besides Peter George, there have been many of them exposed here in Monrovia. Other people will be pretending and just killing people in this medical field. Look, the medical field is very, very essential. And so if vetting process has to be carried on, they have to vet people properly as to who are those practicing. Because you have people just killing people nowadays. Since it is medical problem, when you go operation and say, "Oh, the president died," so nobody can read the code for murder. But there are people who are waiting and murdering people in the name of their practicing. When you know you are not fit in being a medical practitioner, go look for mechanic job to do. Go look for agriculture work to do. Do any other thing. And forget about medicine. Not everyone can. Now, if you find people going to university and ask the other person what you studying, say, "Me, I study my lay medicine." Do you call medicine or lay medicine? Me, I'm doing my lay nursing. Those are people who do not even know how to calculate just to give to people, but they are nurses. They are NRO. They are registered nurses. Amen. It beats my imagination that our country, somebody would lie, and it sustained on living on lying in the country for more than 15 years. And you still have other people who are still surviving on the scene lie in various government offices. This is about the credential we are talking about. Look, anything you don't know, there are people who yet survive on practical. They have been there, they get a practical experience and other things, but yet not in the medical field. In the medical field, there's nothing there about I don't have degree. I just can't. I was A and B there. No. We can treat somebody here as announcer in training. You become announcer. You become a subsequent reporter, show host. Even when you are just a mere high school graduate or even a sixth grade student, in as much as you can articulate, you understand the English language, and you can write. We can train you to be that. That's common. But what has to do with medicine is very, very essential. It's very much essential. And mind you, this is not just the first of it. There are many, many things that are going on in the medical sector that I think need to be exposed. So we would table that on the issue of Peter George revocation of his lessons as a doctor in Liberia who is practicing in the medical field. Amen. Kudos. At least if every sector will begin to take this step, revoke people credential, revoke people lessons because they are not qualified, I think it will mean well. It's not about witch hunting anybody. It's about safeguarding the people's life. It's about safeguarding the people of Liberia. It's not about who is affecting. It's about the country. Not because of you, other people will continue to die. You are not doing well for your country. Your intent is to help, but you are damaging more than what you offer. This is a man who has served in numerous capacity. CHO, this and that did this. Amen. CFA bombing. in Maryland, in Nimba. Coroner was at the JFK. Even teaching, the thing is that to the extent that he even teaching nurses, what do you have or what do you know that you are offering to people? It's so, so pathetic. And we will hold it as it is. We bring you just a hint on this next talking point before we open the phone, we activate the phone lines for you. You understand? Let me read this. Somebody, one ambassador, Josiah Mencourt, right? It says, I am Dr. Let me read this. He says, I am Dr. Peter Matthew George, former president of the Liberia Medical and Dental Council. In my unwavering advocacies for better living and working conditions of Liberia's health workers, I have become a target of coordinated hospitality. But let me be clear, I am unapologetic. I stood and I still stand against the injustices and exploitative labor practices that frontline healthcare professionals in Liberia induce daily. During one of my private meetings, Health Minister Dr. Louise M. Peto bluntly told me that she would use all her influence to make me regret my action. Not long after I received a call to appear before the Liberia Medical and Dental Council, I communicated repeatedly with Dr. Benita Council Collins Andrew, who assured me of fairness in the process. Yet, for the onset, it was evident this was a calculated setup, a betrayal of professional ethics, influenced by personal ties and political pressures. What unfolded confirmed my fear. This co-parents in the committee's operation were glided, internal disagreement surfaced, and the real motive behind began to leak. A member of the committee even leveled a personal accusation completely unrelated to my professional capacity, claiming I was involved with their woman. That alone speaks to the compromise and validative nature of the process. During the investigation, Dr. Sharif and other committee members reference case of Dr. King, who had been accused of a failed surgery and had allegedly presented questionable documentation. Yet, despite the serious concern, Dr. King was granted over 2 months to produce supporting documents the ministry itself reportedly believed would never be retrieved. And yet, licenses was affected. Meanwhile, I, with decades of service and international recognition, was denied the basic uh even the basic quoted of due process. Malessings was swiftly suspended without proper hearing. When confronted, Dr. Benita Collins Andrew apologized, admitting on record that she was under pressure to revoke Malessing. Oh God, oh God, oh God. So this was what Peter Matthew Josh wrote. I could not read you all, is a lot, and we'll have to go through another. So the guy saying people even accusing you of loving to that woman and other thing. Oh God. Oh God. So Peter Matthew Josh wrote this and was published by Ambassador Josiah Menko. So this is a person who even served as president of the Liberia Medical and Dental Association. Amen. Amen. And the guy saying when I give on due process, accusing others, others were given months to do. So this is so sad for our country. So we will leave it at a list. We will leave it at the list. And the guy said earlier, let me read this. Let me bring you this, and we, like I said, former speaker or the battle speaker, because the man he resigned. You. On this is for immediate release. Resignation of the speaker, May 11, 2025. Speaker J. Fonanti Kofa informed the Rule of Law Caucus today that he will be stepping down as Speaker of the 55th National Legislature effective 12 noon on May 12, 2025. We, as the caucus, endorse this decision with the deep sadness for the following reasons. One, continuous defiance of the rule of law by the executive despite one Supreme Court ruling and its reaffirmation show that we are confronted by a much more alarming constitutional dilemma than the office of the speaker. The lessons of significant number of members willing to sit under the speaker's gavel makes his effectiveness less tenable for the upcoming floor fight. The need to reconstitute the House to do election in accordance with Article 49 so as to return the House to constitutional order in the shortest possible time. It is our pleasing duty to have served alongside Speaker Kofa and under his gavel and welcome him to the floor as a member of the caucus. Musa Hassan Belete, chairman, writes. Wow. So the chair of the Rule of Law Caucus wrote that piece. And Speaker Kofa, according to the information we just read, is set to resign from his post as Speaker after It's so many months of impasse at the House of Legislature. I always laugh. This is so pathetic. It's very much pathetic. That the rule of law, will be undermined. That the rule of law will be undermined. Amen. It's so sad. Supreme Court will rule, yet the executive come and endorse lawlessness, yet forcing somebody to resign. Look, what Kofa did served a precedent. Kofa, like my CEO normally say, Kofa won the battle. He won a legal battle. But what he cannot win is the fight, because you alone cannot fight thousands of people who are fighting you. You don't have the strength to fight them. But the battle of legality is being, the precedent are there. We know that even in other cases like Snow and Tyler, even though they might have won the legal battle, but yet the fight is what continues to be above them, because you have internal support. There are too many things. So tomorrow again, we wait to see what becomes of the resignation today, and tomorrow we'll bring you more details on that. But Kofa is set according to information we have gathered from the Rule of Law Caucus Chair Musa Hassan Belete. He's set to resign today at 12 noon. And it's so sad for our democracy. It's so sad for our rule of law. So we will hold it at Elais. Like we said, we talk about the issue in Nema County, to talk about the fake degrees of the Minister of Post and Telecommunication and Dr. Peter George, and this Kofa resignation. So at this juncture, we will now be activating our phone lines that you can put forth your calls, and the numbers to call are 0777 907 907, 0777 907 907, 0887 11107, the female line 778075616, and our WhatsApp number +231 888 577750. Good morning.
Good morning. Kevin.
Yeah, welcome. Is this Gentry G?
Hey, Gentry G, commonly called Lubumba of Liberia.
Welcome.
Please give me 2 minutes. I have experienced the story that you are just and about fake documentation of medical practitioners.
Mm-hmm. Go, I gave you 2 minutes.
I'm a fitter. 2007, I experienced strong headache with prayer every afternoon. There the whole city is morning. Smoke. At that time, at the university, majoring in accounting and management economics. Somebody told me that there's an art clinic at the JFK. When I went there, I met a Chinese team under the banner of China-Liberia friendship during early administration, 2007. The doctor that knows me, he told me that I'm suffering from glaucoma, pressure in the eye. He gave me 6 tablets to take for 3 days. After the 3 days, I went back. I read all the letters on the alphabet that I read. Say you will do operation. You will do operation on your eye. They took me in the operation room and started the work. But the way they are questioning me, people told me that I cannot do 2 hours the same day. But he told me that he went to work on the 2 hours. Yeah. He said, so the pressure can run on the other side. I agree. I paid $150 US, $75. He did an operation. 2 o'clock in the afternoon, he told me that the operation completed. But while we were in the room, or Chinese lady, I think she's a boy lady, was coming. He heard the lady voice, and he told me that when the lady asked me that the operation is free, whereby I already paid $150 US. But when the lady came, she never asked. She only asked me how the operation. She said the operation successful. And why he told the lady, they discharged me. Today, as I speak to you, I'm officially impaired person.
Because of that operation.
Because of that operation.
Wow.
LRA. After that operation, I was not infected again at all until the Department of Revenue was discharged from FANA and they took out to LRA. LRA, because of my condition, they retired me. As I speak to you, I'm a retiree.
So sad.
So the documentation, the JFK can even do it to us. The whole government cannot detect somebody who is not professional. It's common. They work about on a local level.
Okay.
So I just explained my story today. Now I cannot do nothing for myself. I went to school. I can't write. I have to get dictation to friends to do my communication now.
So sad.
So as I speak to you, the only talking phone I'm using. So when you hear me, I know it is a talking phone. So that's my story. Commonly called Paddy Luguma of Liberia.
Thank you. It's so sad to hear your story, man. It's so sad. Good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Morning. What is your name?
I'm Charles Ogablon from Jikota.
Go ahead.
Okay, thank you. What I want to say, dear Fonati Bennett, Fonati is not Liberia. I'm from Granville County. So I stand here myself in the same place, the job we are away from them. I'm some quite of people. Therefore, until you get people their job, let Liberia be straight.
But now I mentioned today he will resign, so waiting to see today.
Yeah, if Fonati they hope that the same thing tell the people say it's the only problem and no tell is coming. So let Fonati move. Let him move, let him go. You get your father already.
Okay.
Let him go.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Good morning.
Please lower the radio.
Please lower the radio.
Good morning.
Good morning. What is your name?
Yeah, my name is James Gabian, and I call from Mamba in Margaret County.
Go ahead.
Okay. The issue of the data. For me, I would like to go like this. In the medical field, even if you check Liberia, even before the 2000, a lot of doctors who perform surgeries in Liberia, they went through all by in-service training. And I believe the medical and dental board also recognize that. Let's be very clear. And having fought during surgery, yes, it will be something like professional, error and other things. But human body is like this. There's even the data commander we have here today will not tell you say he never performed surgery which was not successful. But for this man to rise to that level, according to you, you have a lot of international institutions that have high level of vetting. Then for today, for people to come, I think it is political. Let me be very frank. That main issue is strongly political because in Liberia, we are good at damaging people just because
according to the Liberia Medical and Dental Council, what brought about the suspiciousness is that he failed to present the previous document because every time they have to renew. So when you're renewing, you have to carry a document, but previous time there was different document and this time different document.
Okay.
So why are you changing the document? Why you be changing your own document? Because for me, I graduated, I want to get one high school diploma now. So anywhere I go in, I get a degree. So anywhere I go in for now, my diploma remain the only paper I have. So I'll show it. I'm gonna carry diploma here and then tomorrow I carry the one on the other side. No.
This is why I started with. I said before the year 2000, we never had even 20 good surgeons in Liberia. No, we never had it. All the people that performed surgery were people that were with surgeons that were performing surgery and they got in service training and they were performing surgery in the country. Let's be very realistic. But what I'm saying here is that based on that, those are just present reality. Yeah, we want to get a document for But medicine is strictly practice. The more you practice, the more you become versatile. Okay, I'm here. I'm a visually impaired person. You know, I work on a nursing field. When we were working with MSF France, the time during the World War I, World War II, there are a lot of things that kind of, these people sometimes they even come to practice on us, but when we see their skin wet, we just believe them 100%. But there were a lot of work in the who are wrong. There were a lot of errors that were going on over there, even that led to this man resigning, or Dr. Diallo, Alpha Diallo, one doctor from Deglati, yeah, the late Dr. Diallo. There were a lot of malpractice that were going on. That the man could not say, "Boy, this guy, they came with it is saying that no black doctor can perform surgery." Then when they go to start carrying on all kind of malpractices. So we don't just see them like that. So let those things be settled. If that man can perform at that level and today things are coming up, they can handle it. And I believe he is not really, he has the practical knowledge.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Good morning. Morning, Nancy.
Yeah, thank you very much. Okay, God, thank you for this. This morning I will not talk plenty because I just young baby. I was born yesterday. So what I have to say here this morning is that when it comes to the medical fee, besides the brother that they're discussing today, the fault is getting too much and people are dying too much. Even I hear this now they work on somebody 2 times, which of course not supposed to be like that. They will work on somebody, the person will be bleeding, another parent will get there, then they will go do another surgery. So human being is not something that someone that you can do, try and see on them. So the leader of those people then, they should make sure that the person should be capable of doing this job before he or she do it, because the little mistake you make, somebody will lose his or her life. So that is my contribution.
Thank you. Good morning. Good morning.
Hello.
Yeah, please lower your radio. Go ahead. What is your name?
Yeah, I'm calling from Magibi, Lower Magibi. My name is Muna Messi.
Go ahead.
The story about fake doctors. Even some of the doctors that went to Science College and went to Douglas T. When it comes to surgery, some of them made mistakes.
What you know?
The Liberia Dental Association, they are a group of doctors, group of certified doctors that know themselves in the area. But among them, they themselves too, when they go to clinical, they can make mistakes. They can back each other. For those of us who have worked with the hospital before, we know that the ones that went to Douglas T, that even Dr. Peter Como had to teach some of them, because sometimes I think he teaches surgery. Some of them, not 100%. Not 100%. So the man that said that the man, and the man is being under political attack. It could be because look at the number of years. Look at the number of years the man work. And the people at the Liberia Dental Association, they're not people who to say they do not know what they're doing. Especially when you call the dental colleagues Andrew. And you see, so when these things are being said over the radio, let us always have second thought. There are so many cases. Me here can give you so many cases. So many cases but they are still hiding under that see Liberia Dental, that see LNDA. So this is my input.
Okay. Thank you, man.
Yes, sir.
077790797. Let's get this person. Good morning.
Good morning.
Morning, Alfred.
Yeah, thank you. My name is Alfred. We are calling from the VOA community this morning. Let me say thank you for the discussion on the discussion this morning. You know, I feel so sad in listening to the story of that brother who became blind because of operation and who is unable now to do things as it relates to education or in his life. Somebody who went to high school, university, just to go to operation and became blind. Even though I'm a visually impaired person, I was seeing more like him. And at the time, I never had the opportunity, to go to school. When I became blind, I mustered the courage and I went to the blind institution. Today, as I speak to you, I out of high school, pending university, and I can use the computer fluently, use our phone and what have you, social media. But let me encourage him too. If I can make it, he can make it. But here is why I want to speak on this this morning. You could give my number to him. I want to speak basically as it relates to fanatic or this fanatic profile. You see, life sometimes it goes this way. When you are destined for something, when you want something, or when you are when you are opportune to have something, and people envy you because of what you have, and you want to bring sanity, you want to bring clarity, accountability to the house of representative. People see you as you are hunting them. Fanatic Kofa wanted to order that horse. That one of the things they fight him with everything they had at the time so they can remove him. My baby, you have won the fight the legal way, but you don't enjoy the confidence of the majority and the confidence of the executive. Let me concentrate you as you are about to or will be resigning today. I can assure you that history will remember you. On that note, I respectfully submit.
Thank you. Good morning.
Yeah, one more.
Yeah.
Even though I'm not from Nima County, I'm from Wayland here. But I follow current event. This young man that they are talking about today, who they consider as a teacher doctor, medical doctor. He attempted running in one of the districts before. And the now vice president convinced him to step aside. Now another by-election is pending. They are using there to tarnish the repetition. As I said, anybody from Nima will concur with what I'm saying now.
That man I intend running before. I know him personally. I've been in Nimba. Like you said, it was when the vice president won the senatorial election. Sorry, before I think he heard the call. So before I open the line, let me make a clarity on that. When the vice president won the senatorial election in 2020, like I said earlier, this doctor, even though now this situation is there, but he's been known as doctor for the poor. That's the name. Most people know him. But during the COVID time, he helped a lot of people. And based on that, when the by-election was coming, where he was going about giving COVID-19 sanitary materials to people, for the COVID-19. Other things, people say, some people see now in our country, as soon as they see you doing good, they say you want contest. So that one part, no more things. So the news, that Peter just won't contest this, he won't do this, but it was not truth. So I don't want us to attribute that to the current situation. Good morning.
Good morning, sir. I'm Blanco again. I'm back.
Yeah.
Something I'm coming to say is on the hospital, Dr. Bennett. You know what happened? Since I was born in 1968, no hospital get TV inside, no hospital get flash screen, this one. The reason people can pay attention to the patients, they're watching African show. They're watching when you say, hey, man, you start watching our show. No hospital, I call it health insurance. No one get one in the hospital. But I went to, Mala Hospital on England. I saw people watching flash screen. You want watch to come to your house, you go to work.
It's so
So
serious.
they should destroy that one. Because along the person crying, they drink on me. Or operated person, right? I'm crying. I want pity, I want wake up, I'm crying. Nothing. Nobody coming to me. You watching your show, you enjoying your show. You want your season show.
And some of them are very aggressive.
They will tell you, but I want to cry, man. When we finish pay your money, so deport is 4,000.
Okay.
So,
good morning.
The Ministry of Health should come and go to all the hospitals and see all the flash screen are there.
All right, thank you.
You want one flash screen, come to your house.
Sure, thank you so much. Good morning. Good morning.
Good morning. Yeah, good morning.
What is your name?
I'm Chirumaka Piansekuyesono. And I call to speak on a very short 2 points. One is I want to be grateful to God for Brother Kodanti Kofa to be able to say he will resign by 12 today. This particular country has it not been for God's mercy and blessing, the country to not be alive again. The country should have been the country that was destroyed called Babylon way back. Secondly, the medical doctors. It is not easy for somebody to go to school for their 4 years and say they earn a doctorate degree. All of the doctors, all that time they may have been working with them. They didn't know that they had somebody there to examine people. And they may have been working, have been getting surgery, this and that.
They may even serve a president for the Medical and Dental Association.
Exactly. It is a quick that they all do. When JFK was first open, as not the opening JFK, I was one of those that took the first operation in JFK by Dr. Hannibal Bronsky, who have the clinic the rest there on Nancy or East Street there. You understand? And I know that there have been plenty other things that have been going on there. For him, such a way, the doctor said, the man told me, he said, I will give you a successful surgery. You will take a good operation, thing will be all right. But when after me and after other things, for the sake of money, people will be doing all kind of things. Now, Omer said that thing before he died. Yeah, I mean, yeah, I'm 80 years. This coming June will make me 81 years. So both Dr. Louis Poto had now gone to that place there to say that they must check everybody's record. Then they were not going to say anything about it. I see some nurses, the second time children, I see some nurses, they doing some operation in a home and all they put cold water in bag and resting all on top of the people in few times ago. Where are those kind of things? So I want to say thank God that God brought that one. Anything you do that is not correct, it will come out for the public to see it. Thank you for your info and for the show. You are blessed.
Thank you so much.
We shouldn't be living here. We should all be down here. Depend on the money basis. We should all be down in the country here. Look at where they're going on. Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Good morning.
Morning.
Morning. What is your name?
I'm Thomas Yuri calling from Kirisburg.
Go ahead, Mr. Yuri.
Yeah. For the medical side, I will not all we were discussing about just for the cover issues that you resolve. And I admire him, I thank him for a coming resignation. But the fight is not over, it just began. Because after a complete judiciary ruling, they need to have an election after the resignation. And that should be done. If it is not done, that house will be noisy until it can be done.
Well, you should already be positive when the guy already finished conducting the election against speaker.
This is it now.
That's where the problem will be.
If he does not resign, they could have also said that everything they are doing is illegal. So there's nobody that will let it deal with them. Because what? The next government, they're not there forever. The next government will come, they will, what they call nullify all what they're doing and bring all of them to justice. Okay. This is and they just watch what my son. what I'm saying to deal with Corey and saying that one papi for people to say it. If they don't do it, this is what will happen. He got to do it for the copa, for the what they call it, the two that resign. Resignation, there were election. So once the speaker resign, an election should be here. Now because they are had election and they could have kind of notified the whole issue. We living by law. If they feel that the regime that they can live by law, well, we are with them when they want down.
Thank you. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning.
How are you? What is your name?
I'm Charles Cooper. I call from Tuporo.
Go ahead.
Sometimes, my brother, I wonder if our society is a learning society. The issue of fake credentialist. This is not the first instant case. I think you are a journalist. If you may recall, we had a bigger case that came up with one of our lawyers. I hope, and yeah, Buzi Wabudike.
Who wanted to be
Yeah,
National Election Commission.
Yeah, so sometimes I wonder if our society is a learning society or we are just slow learners. Because in other countries or other places, when this thing happen, it raises eyebrow and people try to straighten our system. But it's even like Liberia, we can learn, my brother. Even Ebola King, COVID King, they show all of our error in the health sector, we still did not learn. How come that a particular person can beat an entire system? Is it that these things it is a syndicate? We have syndicate in our various sector that there are certain people who benefit from these things so they don't care. Because even I'm a classroom teacher, before I go to any school, they ask me to present my credential. And I believe that is done because they want to do background check. You can tell someone to present their credential and then you don't do a background check to verify the guaranteeability of that credential. So how come that a particular person can bring fake document and that person work and earn you money at the detriment of the citizen, at the detriment of the country, and that person is even destroying other people's lives? So our country is not learning, and then you see what happened again, even in our house. We're not learning again whether the Supreme Court said there's no law that will make the other people to come and attend session. Our lawmaker will not draft law again. They will sit there and lead that thing vulnerable because they benefit from this too. So because the Supreme Court said that there's no law that can mandate over to call other people to come and attend session. But you think they will create law? They will not create law. And it's happening in all of our sectors, my brother. In the education sector, the health sector. Is it because people are benefiting from it? Or is it because we don't just like our country?
All right, thank you.
It's so proud for us as a nation, man.
Thank you so much. Good morning, Pascal.
Oh, good morning.
Morning.
Yeah, thank you, man. Again, actually, this is Pascal. So the old man from Stevenson, name my key. He said they are not there forever, and the actions of those people are recorded in history. They happy people. It's very possible. But I'm wondering, from which position is Kofa resigning? If Kofa is not the speaker, why is he resigning? Why are they asking him to resign? I think we've asked this question multiple times. Again, the president said he wouldn't work with Kofa except the group that got quorum. So, this is where we are. And I don't believe that there will be election. So, if you resign, then it means the speaker of the legislature has resigned. So, we'll just be working as a legislature with five people. That would be a dead heat, meaning you got people who are supposed to be fired, but the fire is not burning. This is it. So, yeah, thank you. we're looking forward to see a lot on this government. So, I mean, he's fine as a speaker. And yes, and basically will run the show. Yeah, Mr. Walker. Like you said, he is speaker. So the president is to work with the speaker. So let's see how it plays out. But again, like the old man said, they are not there forever. This is the catching word that I love. Even after 24 years, they will still have to get paid. Like I said, history to seek their actions out.
Okay. Thank you so much. Good morning.
Good morning, Aji.
Morning. Daniel Wadipi.
Very good. Daniel Wadipi from 540 Congo.
Thank you.
My brother, I want to appreciate Francis Kofa so much for standing with the law. You know, he had to be man, and he stood that man. And I appreciate him so much for him standing with the law. You know, we the Liberian people who believe in the law, we will count him among the human beings in the draw, yeah. Because we know those who can break the law down and those who can stand by the law.
Okay.
So Francis Kofa, thank you very much for standing by the law. You are great. Thank you. You live forever.
Thank you. 07797-107-778-0756 the female line +231 888-577-7750. The WhatsApp number will have roughly about 3 to 4 minutes to be here. So those of you just tuning in, this is Wake Up Call on Blaze Radio 90.7 with me, Archie C. Bob Yin. So the issue is about this that we said, but I get this person. Good morning.
Good morning.
What is your name and where you come from?
My name is Theo L. George, popularly known as Sophisticated, calling from Town Community, precisely Pinsville.
Go ahead.
Yeah. Firstly, I want to add my voice to the many voices to appreciate Kofa by standing by the law. And I pray that if Kofa resigns, there should be an election. Now they want the regime speaker to be the speaker for the six for the regime. That's what they want to do. They want to go back to election. Because if you have many of the speakers, many of the lawmakers, they already have their speaker in the house. And we can't continue doing business illegally. How can you tell a citizen that a citizen is illegal or illegal hustler? Then you, the lawmaker, when making the law, then it becomes illegal. Doing things illegally. It doesn't guarantee our Supreme Court and it doesn't guarantee our state as well. It shows that in a country we just do things randomly, we all know here, we all know procedure. Law were made and the law says that you people doing things illegal. Why can you go to another election and to tell you that a fear is that if they happen to go for election, Musa Hassan Birete will defeat that man. I'm telling you for free. If they happen to go for election, there will be a huge politics that Kun will lose that election.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning. What is your name?
The name is James Tumon, right from LBS community.
Go ahead.
Okay, let me go to the issue at the House of Representatives, especially that having to do with the pending resignation of Speaker Kofa today.
Okay.
So, why we kill Honorable Kofa for standing by the law, I also want to appreciate and hold to highest thing the other lawmakers who stood by him despite being suspended, being brutalized, and all of that. The leg of Prince Afuku, Lavinko, Yekekuruba, Desin Sibu, and Honorable Musa Birete, who stood by Speaker Kofa, stood by the law of the land in the storm without wavering.
Okay.
Yeah, let me give thanks to them, and history will forever remember them. You will not be somewhere where you are being brutalized here and there. Your money is taken from you, your benefit, everything is seized in the name of illegal suspension, but you still say, I will be by the law. Those are all great men of our land. Let God be with them, including Speaker Cook himself, as he resigns today.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Good morning.
Morning.
Morning. What is your name?
I'm Councillor Sandra David Nancy. We're calling from Corey.
Go ahead.
My issue has to do with the resignation of Councillor
Kofa.
As a lawyer who have been practicing in this country, I am saddened by the decision taken by Councillor Kofa due to the pressure. I don't know what really the aftermath should be. To have the executive, which is the second branch of government, to always usurp the function of the other branches of the government, makes Liberia governance to be without sanity. Really.
Hello. I don't know. You've been home on us. Well, so folks, we will at this juncture end up here. So many thanks to all of you for your calls and contribution. Many thanks for the listening and participatory role. Thanks for being there as well. We'd like to say thank you so much for always tuning in. This is how we will conclude. Happy birthday, Miss